Yo, Oda! Thanks for coming today! Congratulations! Looks like you got ahead of me. Even though you were hanging out with me almost every week until just a little while ago. When did you find her? We're not getting any younger. I really made an effort. We're still only in our late 20s. No, we're not still only, we're already. You know we were still teenagers not that long ago, right? Time seriously flies. Soon we'll be 30, and then 40. We'll have more wrinkles on our faces, our stomachs will come out, and our hair will start thinning. You need to hurry up and find somebody to marry, especially while you still have some market value. Is that how this works? The next wedding is gonna be yours, Shinjiro. But also, you're the only one left in the group. Well, we'll get there. Ever since I started working, I've been able to see my friends from school a lot less. And for them, they're going to have a new community from now on, called a family. And once they have kids, they probably won't have time to hang out with someone like me. I hadn't really thought much about that word, marriage, until now. But on this day, it was firmly planted in my mind. On a later day... Am I allowed to dress this casually to marriage consultancy? Well, whatever. I'm just going today to see what it's like. I was on my way to check out a marriage consultancy. It's already been a few years since I broke up with my last girlfriend. It seemed really hard to be able to start a new relationship from scratch now. In that case, I thought it would be better to meet somebody from the beginning, who is also looking to get married. This must be it. I saw the words, marriage consultancy, written largely on a banner, and it immediately felt like reality. Marriage consultancy. That's alright. I can't believe I'm doing this. I guess that just shows how old I've gotten. It's just as my friend said. And so, I walked inside. Excuse me. I have a reservation under the name Ota.
Yes, I was waiting for you. What?
What? Is that you, Miss Kita?
Mr. Ota, was you Shinjiro? Now that I looked at it, the name is the same. And the age. Wow, why didn't I realize? How dumb of me.
Long time no see.
Yeah, been a long time. Probably since I graduated high school.
The person who was there was my upperclassman when I was in high school, Miss Shiho Kita. She'd only become even more beautiful than she was back then, which I guess means she looked more mature.
You can sit in that chair over there.
Oh, okay. I couldn't help but feel my heart beat faster. I was able to reunite with the upperclassman that I secretly had a crush on, and the fact that now she knew that I was at a marriage consultancy, each and every one of those things made my heart beat louder.
Well then, I would like to celebrate this reunion, but first, let me do my job.
Thank you very much.
You don't need to be so nervous. You're just having a meeting with me today.
What are we going to talk about this meeting?
Yeah. First, I want to ask before we get started, is this your first time coming to a place like this?
Yes, it is.
Okay, I see. Well then, let's start with what kind of a place marriage consultancy is, and what kind of things you're going to be doing once you sign up. After that, I can explain everything about the fees. After that, we can talk about your values regarding marriage, the way you think, and you can tell me what you're looking for in a partner. Also, you can talk to me about anything that you're worried about.
After that, once I received the general explanation, I had to start talking about my situation.
I see. Well, that makes sense. I'm sure a lot of people are getting married around you now.
Exactly. So it suddenly made me nervous.
There are a lot of people like you, so don't worry. Well then, so you're pretty set on wanting to get married.
I guess so.
Well then, what kind of people do you like?
Do you mean my type?
That's right, like their traits and stuff like that.
This is a little embarrassing.
You're already in your late 20s, don't get embarrassed.
Well, that might be true, but especially in front of you, Miss Kita.
Why is that?
Well, I know it's a bit too late to say this, but I used to have a crush on you.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
So...
What about now?
What?
Is me now not your type?
I never said that. You're still easy to talk to, and I have fun talking to you. Plus, you're beautiful. Oh, of course. I don't think that I'm any match for somebody like you, who has plenty of options.
Well, if you say that, that's not very nice to the girl you're about to meet.
Oh, that's true. Sorry.
But I see. Yeah, this might be perfect.
What do you mean?
Look, Mr. Ota, I have a bit of a suggestion. I'm about to present you with 2 pieces of paper, and I want you to choose one.
What's going on? Is this like 2 different courses or something?
Oh, yeah, that's right, like that.
Can you please explain that to me?
First is this one, the form to sign up. If you sign this and pay the fees, then the services will begin.
Mm-hmm. And what about the other one?
Yeah, this is a marriage certificate.
Mm-hmm. A marriage certificate. Marriage certificate?!
Wait, do you not know? If you turn this into the city office, then that means you'll be married.
No, I do know how that works. But I'm here to find a partner to sign this with.
But if you were to find that partner, then you don't need to sign up for the services, right?
Well, yeah, that's true. But I don't have a partner. That's why I'm here to find one.
How about me?
Me? What? You mean you?
Who else would it be?
I'm sorry. It would be really helpful if you could explain a little bit more in detail.
Mr. Ota, I'm done with calling you that. Shinjiro, you said that I'm pretty much your type, right?
Well, not pretty much. Very much.
Yeah, well then why don't you get married to me? I was actually just looking for a good partner myself, so I feel like this might be fate.
But don't you think a marriage certificate is moving way too fast?
But it's not like I'm going to turn it in immediately after signing it, so don't worry. Basically, it's almost like a contract. Like, let's date with the end of goal being marriage in mind. I feel bad that I'm saying this to a potential customer, but if you have any interest in dating me with marriage in mind, please sign your name here.
When she said that, what did I do, you ask? I signed it. Of course, not the form to sign up, but the marriage certificate. When I was in high school, I don't think there was anybody in our generation that didn't know the name Shiho Kita. She was beautiful, she was smart, and she was nice to everybody. It wasn't only the students, even the teachers would rely on her often. She was also the student council president. Everybody looked up to her, and so, she was always with somebody. In a circle of people, she was always at the center. The reason why I was able to start talking to her was truly a coincidence. One day, on a sunny afternoon, during the lunch break, she was by herself, behind the school in an unpopular spot. I was only one of many that had a crush on her, and without thinking, I stopped when I saw her. I was wondering what she was doing, and I became curious. Standing there, she was eating a cup of noodles that was famous for being extremely spicy. I felt like I saw something that I wasn't supposed to see, but now that I noticed, I also couldn't ignore her. Sorry, I didn't mean to look. If you'd like, you can use this handkerchief.
This is just so spicy. And I am sweating like crazy, thanks.
Is that sweat? As she said that, her eyes were bright red, her cheeks were wet and swollen. Well, if you don't mind, I'm gonna sit down.
What?
There's no guarantee that other people won't come by, so I'll keep watch over here. If I do that, you won't have to explain to anybody again that the reason your cheeks are wet is sweat.
You're a strange boy, aren't you?
Am I? That's the first time anybody said that to me.
Is that so?
Yeah.
I guess nobody has a good eye. Do you mind if I talk to myself really quickly?
Would it be better if I covered my ears?
No, you can stay just as you are.
Well then, I'll stay quiet.
Thanks.
From there, I could hear her talking to herself. Apparently, the dog that she had at home died recently. Because everybody relies on her, and she's so well known, there wasn't anywhere that she could cry or show any weakness. That's why this was the only place that she could be. She couldn't say that her tears were tears, and she had to brush it off as sweat. And even if she couldn't brush it off, she was probably trying to insist that it was sweat from the spicy noodles.
Even though I'm already in high school, it's embarrassing that I'm crying from something like this.
I don't think age matters.
You think so?
I think anybody would be sad if part of their family died. We may have gotten a little bit older, but I think it's sad to not be able to say that you're sad when you are sad.
Well, then, do you mind if I say it right now?
Sure.
I'm sad.
Yes.
I'm really sad.
Yes.
I'm so sad. I hate this. I wanted to be together longer.
Until the end of lunch break, she continued on like this, and her voice was shaking throughout. But I still couldn't tell whether she was crying or not, because I was looking the other way the whole time.
I feel much, much better.
I'm happy to hear that.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
By the way, I'm late to ask this, but who are you?
I'm a freshman, Shinjiro Ota.
I see. Well, I am.
I won't ask.
What?
I didn't see anybody here today. I didn't see anything. Let's just leave it at that.
That's a good idea.
Isn't it?
Well, then I guess that means you won't use this against me and ask for something weird in return, like in an erotic manga?
You read things like that?
The other day, one of the boys in class brought a manga like that.
Why were you reading it with him?
This is all part of the experience of growing up.
And so, this is how we met. After that, my life at school started to change a little bit. I should have just been somebody who was admiring Miss Kita from afar.
Oh, you.
What?
I finally found you.
Excuse me?
Nice to meet you. I'm Shiho, Kita. If you'd like, let's be friends, freshman Shinjiro Ota.
Because she would always come and talk to me, I had more opportunities to talk to Miss Shiho.
Oh, Shinjiro, found you. What are you doing in a place like this?
I'm changing classrooms for the next period.
Oh, really? Good luck.
That being said, we were just having conversations at this level. It's just that for me, that was a miracle that was more than enough. That's why, it's not like there was anything that happened between us. From the very beginning to the end, it was always just an upperclassman and an underclassman. As proof of that, once she graduated and over the years, we never once saw each other. Even after we went on a few dates, the conversation never stopped.
So that means you went to college and you left town for a while?
Yes.
I actually went to...
I know. You went to Yuki Uni.
How did you know that?
Well, because everybody was talking about where you would go to college, Miss Kita. But then, why did you get a job at a marriage consultancy?
Oh, are you discriminating against my job?
That's not what I'm trying to say, but I just feel like there were jobs out there that you could really put your skills to use in.
It's actually pretty fun, and it's a job where I connect people to other people, so I see fulfillment out of it. But more importantly...
What is it? Are you hungry?
No, why is that your question?
Because I feel like you're always hungry.
That's not true at all. Wait, stop changing the subject.
Yes, well then, what's the matter?
How long are you planning on calling me Miss?
What?
You know, you and I are technically fiancés.
Fiancés?
Are we not? We even signed the marriage certificate, so I thought that we were dating with marriage as the goal. That was what my intention was, but...
No, that is true, but...
Oh, thank goodness. I thought I was being delusional.
But I see. That means we are fiancés.
Yeah, that's right. So why don't you stop calling me Miss soon?
Well then,
Yeah.
Shiho?
Yes? What is it, Shinjiro?
Whoa, isn't this kind of embarrassing?
You're such a rookie.
You say that, but your face is red too.
Looks like I'm still a rookie too, then. But let's try to get used to it little by little.
You're right.
And then when things like that start to feel normal, then maybe that's when...
Stop.
Why?
Whatever comes next, please let me be the one to say it. It's a once-in-a-lifetime moment for a guy to step up and be a man. Please, don't take that from me.
I feel like that's very outdated, though.
But still.
Okay, fine. Well then, I'll be looking forward to when that time comes.
She said that like she was acting tough, but when I looked at her face, she was smiling happily. On that day, we had plans for Shiho to cook dinner in her apartment. She was running late from work, so I was walking towards her office to pick her up. I was pretty nervous. 6 months since we were reunited. This would be the first time I would be going over to her place. My nerves were racing, and I was about to reach my limit when I finally saw my destination ahead. Shiho was already outside, and standing with her was a man.
Like I said, I already have a fiancé and...
But you still haven't gotten married, right?
Yeah, but...
Well then, you can give me a chance.
Oh, Shinjiro!
What's the matter? So, you're Miss Kita's fiancé? Yes, I am. And? Interesting. The man took one look at me and snickered. I knew the reason in one glance. He was far more handsome than me, and I'm sure he was earning a lot of money. The suit that he was wearing might be 2 zeros more than what I was wearing. He was overflowing with confidence as a man. If this is the level, he's no match anyway. What? Well then, Miss Kita, what I just said to you, I hope you'll think about it. I'm serious. He said what he needed to say, and without waiting for her response, the man disappeared. Walking side by side with Shiho, we headed towards her apartment. You said that guy earlier was a customer, but...
What? Oh, yeah, he's somebody that's a member at our consultancy.
But for that, I feel like he's a different breed. If I said something like this, she would probably scold me again, so I won't say it out loud. But to be honest, you could tell he was a popular guy. He doesn't look like he would need a marriage consultancy. And plus, why was he talking to you outside like that?
To be honest with you, sometimes that happens with some people.
You mean that they sign up with the intention of going after you?
Yeah, it's been troubling me for a long time. But you saved me by coming today, Shinjiro.
Are you sure?
What do you mean?
I really feel like I was no match for him. I've been wondering this whole time, why someone like you would choose someone like me? That maybe you just wanted to emasculate me? I looked over at Shiho, and her eyes were getting sharp with anger.
Look, Shinjiro, no matter how insecure it may be, that misunderstanding is awful.
Are you mad?
Yes, I'm mad, and I'm extremely sad. I don't want to regret anything anymore, and I finally mustered up the courage, and yet that's how you thought of me?
Regret what?
He was my first crush. When I was in high school, this boy that talked to me when I was eating extremely spicy cup of noodles by myself.
Huh? I'd never heard of this.
But after I graduated high school, I never saw him again, and I had been wondering about him all these years. But then suddenly, one day, he showed up at my office and said that he was looking for a partner to marry. Not only that, but he said that I was his type, and I thought that I can't let this go anymore, and I even pulled out a marriage certificate. And yet, this is what you thought.
Yeah, she was right. I was wrong. I felt a sharp pain in my chest from guilt. I'm sorry.
That was really terrible.
When I saw that man earlier, I lost my confidence. I couldn't help but think that a man with a better face and a better salary than me is a better match for you, Shiho.
That's not for you to decide. I already made my decision, and I'm going to choose the person that I want to be with. And plus, it's not about a face or about money. Marriage is about who you want to spend the rest of your life with, by your side.
Are you sure you're okay with me?
Don't make me say it so many times. It has to be you.
Well then, will you please marry me? I wasn't just saying that because I had to. More than that, they were words that naturally overflowed out of my heart.
Yes.
That was quick.
Of course, since I was reunited with you that day, like it was fate, my heart has already been decided since then. To be honest, I was just waiting for you.
I'm sorry I made you wait 6 months.
It's okay. It was actually faster than I thought, so I'll let it pass.
I'm glad. And so, we decided to get married. For real this time. 6 months later.
It must be nice to be you. Excuse me? Because you're so beautiful. You don't have to use a place like this. I bet you have a handsome, nice, rich husband already, don't you?
Looking at the ring that was shining on Shiho's left hand, the woman said this nonsense at her. This woman had already failed at a couple of matches.
Someone like you could never understand how it feels to be leftover goods like me. You know, my husband and I also started from this very room. What? Really? And plus, he is definitely nice, but his salary is about the same as mine. And I might be the only person that calls him handsome. But to this day, I'm glad that I married him, and it's not about his face or the money. You're not going to tell me that it's love, are you? I am. There's no way that I would find a person like that in a place like this. I've already given up on love or whatever. I don't think that's true either. What do you mean? Actually, there is somebody that says they are interested in you, ma'am. He doesn't quite fit the ideals that you've given us, but would you like to try meeting him once? Were you just trying to bring it all to this point? That might be true, but that's not what this is all about. Hey. Yes? Are you happy right now? I'm happy every day. Do you think I can find that too? I can't make any promises, but please let me help you to find that happiness.
When Shiho said that, the female customer finally found a smile on her face again.
Well then, maybe I'll try meeting them one time. Yes, let's do that.
Shiho strongly shook her head yes. If everybody in the world could find somebody to love and be together with them, then happiness is probably waiting right there in front of us.